morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the First Family of Las Vegas' Daily Free Winner Show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo. We've got a great show for you today. Guys, let me bring them on now. Do want you to know Dan Kaiser is here, Jeff Michaels, Nick Parsons, Jimmy Adams should be signing in shortly. Hopefully he's not having tech problems, but he is scheduled to be on today. Let me do some individual hellos. Good morning, Dan. How are you today?
Doing good, Joe. Thanks a lot. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. And I missed last week. I didn't know what to do with myself Thursday morning.
Well, I'm glad to know we didn't have to bail you out of jail if you got too bored. But no, we had a good Thanksgiving. How was yours, my friend?
It was good. It was good. Hey, I live in Three Rivers, right? There's nothing to get thrown in jail for.
I love it. I love it. I've seen some of the crowds at Three Rivers Stadium or in the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wrong Three Rivers.
Yeah, I know, but I wasn't comparing the two. I was making a comparison of the two. There's a big difference. My good friend Jeff Michaels, you're looking sharp today. How are you, Jeff?
Good, thanks, Joe. Yeah, I appreciate it. Excited as always to get the Thursday going here, and looking forward to a show tomorrow to close out the season too. But I'm sure you'll mention that as well.
Absolutely. You know me. I don't miss too many things. I'm so long-winded. My good friend Nick Parsons, how are you today, sir?
Yep, fantastic. Like Dan, I missed last Thursday with you guys, but looking forward to, championship weekend is here. Everything's rolling. December. Let's go.
Great stuff. Now, guys, Nick is going to come on first during this segment today. And like I said, Jimmy Adams might be having some tech problems. We'll take care of it. As a matter of fact, let me see something. Chris said something. All right. Uh-oh. Jimmy Adams, I was just sent something. Jimmy is having an issue, so we just want to send our thoughts and prayers with him. He will not be on the show today. Real quick, I start every show. Good morning, honey.
Good morning. Happy Thursday.
I like this. You're looking like a 1950s movie starlet.
Well,
I like it. I like it very much. I love it. Guys, a little bit of fluff today. We weren't here yesterday. Unfortunately, my dad, who lives with us, wasn't feeling too well. So at 3 a.m., we had to make a little emergency trip. He's resting and stable now. Everything looks good. So some thoughts and prayers and positive vibes would be great. We appreciate it. Tomorrow, Jeff and his father, Ralph Michaels, will be joining Dion and myself for the last Family Affair show of this season. So tune into that just to let you know, guys. We're not going to go on Friday mornings without giving you solid content. Next Friday, the First Family Show will kick back on Friday mornings. We're going to have a few surprises, a few new twists. We're going to have a lot of fun. Obviously, we're going to be covering a lot of college basketball for the weekends for you because we don't do any weekend shows. We're excited about that. Now, I do want to address one thing, guys.
What's that?
We have the best collection of cappers and the best front office in the business, guys. Sports Memo and WagerTalk, I'm going to tell you right now, we have the best owners and front office in this business. There's nobody better than them. We also have the best collection of cappers at Sports Memo and WagerTalk. They were handpicked. We also have the best viewers and supporters. Guys, I want you to know we wouldn't be us here without you. 99.9999% of you are amazing. There's that 0.0001%, maybe, and everybody's entitled to their opinion, but, if somebody has a critiquing of this show or any of the Sports Memo TV content, that's fine, as long as it's, honest and sincere. But when you say something mean about one of my guys or myself, I take a little offense to it. So I'm going to tell you this. Some of the people that come on the Sports Memo TV shows and even the First Family shows, some of us use notes, and I'm going to tell you why we use notes. When you're the administrator of the show, I have to keep track of everybody's picks and everybody's stats and whatnot. And even me, if I put stats in my analysis on my game, I have to keep track of a half dozen to a dozen or more statistics. I want to make sure I'm giving you the sharpest and the most accurate statistics, so sometimes I use notes. Some of us, no, not everybody can be as entertaining as your sexy and several notes Joe D, but that's the type of diversity you're getting here at Sports Memo TV. And some of us, we put on sunglasses because at 1 a.m. I'm up every morning before the milkman gets up, before the Army gets up to start their day. Joe D is up, and I don't want you to see the bags under my eyes. So I want you to know we do the best we can with what we do, and we do a pretty damn good job. You get a lot of great content here. Having said that, if someone's going to say something mean about one of us, here's what I'm going to tell you. And this is what I put out during my national radio show, and I had a couple of cappers who thought they had big mouths and were better than anybody else. I will put $1 million cash up and put it into an escrow account if you do the same. And if you could beat me, well, you'll use the We use the Westgate Superbook line. Thursday afternoon, 3 p.m. You could pick 5 college games, 5 pro games. You could pick 5 of each. At the end of the season, winner take all. Not only will you get my $1 million, you have beat my ass, you got bragging rights over Joe D. You beat Joe D's ass at handicap. Now, if I beat you, then maybe you'll shut up. And I will put up $1 million cash. I'll put the million on this counter before I put it to the escrow account. I got betting any one of my cappers against anybody out there that's got something to say. Guys, this isn't an easy job. These guys all had futures doing something else. And they chose to be in this because they have a knack for this. Okay? Year in and year out, numbers don't lie. Guys like Nick, Jeff, Dan, Dion, myself, our numbers don't lie. We don't win every game, but we do the best we can. And we have the best collection of cappers. And I will put money on any capper. You could pick the capper. I'll put $1 million cash. Guys, I got a ton of money, so it doesn't bother me. But I'll put $1 million. If you're that good and you're better than any one of us, let's put our money where our mouth is together. The $1 million here, and then we both go, put it into an escrow account. Winner take all. Having said that, guys, let's go back to being positive.
Yeah, we put a lot of work into everything we do. All of the cappers and ourselves. You know, it takes a lot every day for us to, you know, before we even come on to the show. Most of us are up, you know, at least 5 to 7 hours earlier, going through games and, you know, getting prepared and, you know, it's
and giving out free content, guys. These are games that we could be selling for money. It isn't just about money for us. It's giving you something valuable to show you how good we are. So then maybe you do put your hard-earned bucks in one of us, or maybe more than one of us. So we take a lot of pride in this, guys. I have quite a few other businesses here in Southern Nevada. Quite a few. I got a half dozen, 7 or 8 or 9 businesses. They all make money. But I love doing this because I get to bring you something that I'm good at that you don't have time or the savvy or the know-how to do. So having said all that, I'll put money against anybody in this world. $1 million cash. That's my price. You want to go higher? Let's do it. You want to go lower? We can talk about that too. But I'd rather the $1 million. It's a nice round number. Having said that, Dion's got some discounts. We're going to go right into some free plays for you. Unfortunately, our good friend Jimmy Adams, our thoughts and prayers are with you, Jimmy. And once again, our thoughts and prayers with my dad, who's over at Spring Valley, and he's stable. Everything's good. But he's getting rest right now, and the doctors wanted us to leave for a few hours. And I not only annoy you guys, I guess I annoy the doctors over at Spring Valley. Dion, take it away.
Yeah, so we have a great discount going on right now. All 30-day passes for either NBA, NFL, college basketball, college football, NHL, soccer, and all access passes. You can get $50 off. All you have to do is head on over to the site and use code SPORT50 upon checkout for 30-day all sport access. We also do have another discount going on right now for college football bowl access for just $149. That one there is no code needed for that one at all. And the great folks over at Sports Memo have a great discount going on for myself right now for hockey. You can get the NHL full season through the finals for $200 off. All you have to do is use code Dion200 upon checkout.
Guys, they're not giving this out because Dion's at the bottom of the leaderboard. Where are you, Dean? Where are you? Where are you? Up. For the 3-day, the 7-day, the 3rd day, she's killing it. Follow a proven winner. Let's get right into some free plays. If you got any questions or comments, get them out there, guys. We are going to try to get to any questions or comments before the end of the show. We want to make you happy. And once again, because of all you great viewers out there, we wouldn't be here without you. So thank you. And we are thankful for you guys. Having said that, my good friend Nick Parsons, guys, he is killing it. He's all over the leaderboards. And he's smiling. He's got that great smile. It's an infectious smile. I guess when you win as much as Nick Parsons does, you can't do nothing but smile. He's doing great work in several different sports right now. And if you don't believe me, numbers don't lie. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing. He's got a free best bet. Then he has to take off real quickly because he's walking like he's talking. He wants to get his winners up for you over at Sports Remote. Nick, the floor is yours.
Thanks a lot, Joe and Dion. Yeah, love being on the show. Missed last Thursday. And just a follow-up a little bit about what you were just speaking there about, Joe. I mean, when I first started this, over 2 decades ago, having to do video work and being a professional broadcaster, that wasn't part of the industry. We were just sports handicappers. And so we're sports handicappers first and broadcasters second. We're not on ESPN where we have a team of writers writing all of our stuff for us on just one sport. We have to cover every sport. And so I need notes, and most of us do. It's just a lot of information, obviously, and we want to give accurate information. And so, yeah, as you mentioned, I've been doing fantastic. I'm coming off the 3-0 sweep last night. I'm playing with house money in college football, college basketball. I've won 9 of the last 10 weeks in college football. My NBA has turned the corner. My NHL has turned the corner. everything has turned the corner of late, guys. I'm coming off a winning November, so go check me out over at Sports Memo. They have those great deals going on. And for this game, we're looking at the Big 12 championship, and there's a lot going on in this. And so I do have a few notes here. K-State, it finished 9-3. It averages 33.4 points per game. That ranks 34th. TCU, of course, it's 12-0, and it averages 41.3 points per game so far. Now, it has nearly 70% of the money on it. So I'd say if you like K-State, hold off a little bit here because that line is at 2.5, and it could very well get to 3 for sure. Now, both of these teams have done really well for bettors against the spread. K-State is 8-3-1 against the spread. TCU is 9-2-1 against the spread. TCU, it's coming off that massive 62-14 beatdown of Iowa State. Kansas State beat Kansas by a score of 47-27, also covering the larger 11.5 point spread. Now, these teams did meet in week 8, and the Horned Frogs won 38-28 as 3.5 point favorites. The total went well over the number of 54.5 in that one. So now here we are in the Big 12 championship, and TCU is only favored by 2.5. So I think we have to figure out and look at this game. How can K-State win and cover this game when it's getting less points than it did in the first matchup? What if you do remember back to that week 8 matchup, K-State actually held a 28-17 lead going into halftime. And then its starting quarterback got hurt. TCU and Max Duggan then went on to score 24 unanswered points in the second half. But obviously the Wildcats aren't going to roll over here. Will Howard has done a great job in place of Adrian Martinez. But the real threat for K-State on offense is running back Deuce Vaughn. He's averaging almost 5.5 yards per carry. And there's also concern for TCU and Duggan, and that's of star wide receiver Quentin Johnson. He has an ankle injury. He's crucial for the success of this offense to run properly. He could play, but he won't be at 100%. But if we're looking at the big picture here, if Dyke's team can beat K-State in this Big 12 championship, then a date versus either Georgia or Michigan is a certainty. As I said, that's a lot to take in here. For me, I think kind of the sharper move is to stay away from this side. I'm looking at the total. I think it's going to be a battle in this rematch here, but a lower scoring one. I just think K-State's got to go to Vaughn the entire time. I see also TCU running the ball here. And so the first game went over. In the rematch here, Joe, I'm going under.
Sports fans, Nick Parsons says under in the K-State TCU matchup. He says, predominantly Deuce Vaughn show on one side, the other side maybe missing a wide receiver, but he likes this game going under. He is on fire. Follow him. You're going to follow him to the back. Now, Nick has to take off, but before he takes off, I want to remind you, as Nick said during his, leading into his free play, he's seeing the board very clearly in multiple sports. I mean, he said he turned the corner. He ain't turned the corner. The corner's in the rear view miles back. That sucker's way behind him. He is winning in all sports right now. Don't believe me? Go check it out. Numbers don't lie. He's the perfect capper for you to take advantage of this great $50 off 30-day pass. With Nick, you're going to get multiple sports, and he's winning in all sports he's contributing to. And this small investment will bring you back an immediate return. Follow Nick. You're going to follow him all the way to the back. Now, guys, Nick has got to take off. He's walking like he took. He's got to get some winners up for you guys. He's going to take off. Nick, I'm going to go over your free play again at the end of the show.
Right. Thank you.
Today. Good luck this weekend. And, guys, that smile, I love your smile.
All right. Thank you, Joe and Dion. I'll see you next week. See you later, Jeff. See you, Dan. Okay.
Have a great day.
Take care, guys.
Guys, I love Nick Parsons, and he is the ideal capper to use this $50 package. You guys, you get a $50 $50. Let me try that again. That's all, folks. $50 off a 30-day pass. NBA, NFL, college basketball, college football, NHL, soccer.
Or an all-access.
Or an all-access. You do them all for any one of those. These all-access passes are great because somebody like Nick who does cap multiple sports, and he's winning on multiple sports. This will pay for itself in no time. Speaking about paying for itself, my good buddy, Dan Kaiser, man, we missed him last week. We obviously didn't do a Thursday show because it was Thanksgiving. And, guys, even the first family has to rest and enjoy family time. And, it's the amount that we work hard. We work so hard because we take a lot of pride in bringing you winners, but we also work hard so we can enjoy our family time. And Thanksgiving is a time for families. We certainly missed Dan Kaiser, and he's doing some real good work. And, he is very steadily risen to be one of the most entertaining guys we have on the First Family show. Not only does he bring you and provide for you great free content, he's a lot of fun in the process. I love him. You love him. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing on the premium side. He's got another free best bet for you. Dan, the floor is yours.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Yeah, you talk about family time last Thursday. Yeah, my son left me on Tuesday to go to Florida with his friends. So that's well, that's another story. Well, yeah, last week college football. Finally, I had that weekend. I've been waiting for. I hit my 10-star play or 10% play, a 5% play, and a 4% play on Saturday. I've got a 10% play up on the Big 12 championship game for this coming up Saturday. I'll have another 10-star play probably up, and a couple 5-star plays on championship weekend up today. So check those out. My best bet today is I'm going to the hardcore here in college basketball. Now, there's Arizona Wildcats. They've made a big jump right now in the standings. They moved up to 4th in the country right now. They're 6-0. They're coming off a great Maui Invitational performance where they beat Cincinnati, number 17 San Diego, and then number 10 Creighton in the finals. Basically, they're doing it with their big man, Omar Ballo. In the championship game, he put up 30 points, 13 rebounds. Arizona is just playing the inside-out game to perfection. They're putting up 97.5 points a game. But the big thing is they're shooting 60.3% from the field. A lot has to do with Ballo down low. But they're also shooting 45% from three-point line. And when you can get scoring inside and outside, it just balances your team out, in college basketball, which is a big boost. They're also playing well on the defensive end. They're holding their opponents to 40% shooting overall. And they're pulling down 41.7 rebounds a game. And they have a rebound differential of 12.5 rebounds a game over their opponents. And being from Big Ten country, we know that rebounding advantage pays a big dividend in college basketball. Utah comes in at 5-2. They've kind of had an up and down season. They haven't really played the talent at the talent level that Arizona has played at, and they've lost a couple of games against kind of, I would say, mediocre competition for them. They average 71 points a game. They're shooting 45% from the field, 36% from three-point range. They are playing well defense. They hold their opposition to just 34% shooting and 26 from three-point range. So something's going to have to give in this game on that front. Arizona's ranked 10th, 4th overall in the, and if you look at the polls, but according to Ken Palm ratings, which a lot of people, it's the gold standard. They're still ranked high. They're ranked 10th, where Utah comes in at 63rd. I just like this Arizona team, the way they're playing right now. They're third most efficient offense. They dominate the glass. They play good defense, and right now they play better competition. So I think this inside-out game for Arizona and their dominance on the glass will be key factors in this game. And they're 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 road games, and Utah's just 3-8 against the spread in their last 11 games following a straight-up win. The line's coming down a little bit, so I know a lot of people go, "Ooh, the line that they'll stay away from this game." But no, the line going down a little bit helps me. I'm taking Arizona minus the 6.5.
Dan Kaiser said Wildcats. That's my homage to Goldie Hawn movie, Wildcats. He said the Wildcats is a winner. Dan is a winner, doing really well. I always talk about how great Dan is in college football, but he's been killing it for like 2 months in the NFL. Guys, you got to go follow Dan after the show with the best customer appreciation discounts on the planet. Follow him over at Sports One. We're going to follow him to the bank. By the way, Dan, we did a little announcement the other day. We know it's your birthday week. Happy birthday to you. We love you, Dan. Guys, it may not look it, but Dan turned 29 this week. Happy birthday, Dan, from everybody here at Sports Memo and WagerTalk. We love you, love you, love you. Guys, you know what? Dan, I think we made Dan blush. Look, we got him crying.
I think the bags under my eyes are 29 years old.
Yeah, you look good, though, buddy. You look good. It's them young girls you date. They keep you nice and young. My good friend, Jeff Michaels, guys, he does so much content on Sports on WagerTalk TV, too. You know why? Because when you're good, you're in demand, and he's really in demand. He's doing some great work on multiple sports. We talked about some games before the show that he's looking at for this weekend. And I got to tell you, his insight, his analysis, his breakdowns are some of the best I've ever seen. I've worked with everybody in this industry, and he's winning for you. If you don't believe me, go check out his numbers over at Sports Memo. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing. He's got a free best bet. Jeff Michaels, the floor is yours.
I appreciate it, Joe. Yeah, guys, I think I'm taking a pass on the basketball card today, at least in terms of the premium plays. Limited card out there, obviously, in the NBA, but I will be talking about that NBA game with my best bet for you. But I do have my eye on a couple hockey games tonight, couple NHL games that may make the card after this show, looking ahead into this evening. So check there shortly. We could be looking at some hockey action tonight for you for Thursday. But like I said, I will give you a little bit of a basketball breakdown because for my free play, my best bet today, I'm actually looking at the Detroit Pistons against that Dallas Mavericks team. You know, I'm not questioning the fact that the Mavericks have the better team, obviously, here. I don't think anyone really would. But you look between the two teams recently against the spread, I mean, Detroit holds a definitive advantage, not just an advantage, but a definitive advantage. Detroit's 6-1-2 against the spread in their last 9 games. Dallas, in their last 16, 2-13-1 against the spread. You know, the Pistons are a perfect 7-0, covering every game they've played against the West this season. And Dallas is 0-8 against the spread off a home win and 0-9 off a straight up win in general. So that's a lot of perfect trends that these teams have put up, pointing towards the Pistons this season at least. But, I mean, Dallas has done it all year, or should I say hasn't done it all year. They've only covered 5 games on the season. And one of the other shows, actually earlier this week, I believe I was on Triple Double, if not last week, but we were talking about the fact that Dallas is one of the worst road teams in the league. I mean, it's almost unbelievable that you can have so many players on this roster and they're 1-7 straight up on the road this year. They've lost 5 straight and they've only covered 2 of those games. And they've only covered 3 out of their 15 games as a favorite all season. So, you know, people look at Dallas's defense. They have put up some pretty impressive numbers, but you look site splits home and away on the season, they're giving up 108 points per game. On the road, they're giving up 113 points, and Dallas is allowing opponents to shoot over 50% from the field. So they haven't really stepped up on the road in any aspect, and Detroit has nearly consistently, recently at least, been able to cover the spread in these games. They haven't been winning them outright, so their record doesn't exactly show what they're doing. But the only place that they've really struggled defensively is protecting inside the paint. And Dallas is one of the bottom teams shooting from inside 5 feet. So a lot of their shots are coming from deep or from, you know, towards the 3-point range inside the arc. So Detroit doesn't really have to worry about guarding as much within that 5-foot mark. So I do think that they have the ability to keep it close. And this line is headed away from Detroit. I actually believe I got another half point this morning from where we were at. So, you know, maybe something to look at, but I wouldn't risk it too long. I like where it's at. Definitely would be leaning Detroit +8. If it starts headed the other way, you know, there is some discussion to be had down to maybe 7, I would say max. So got a little bit of wiggle room, but hey, if we keep getting more points, then it keeps getting better. But first sight of the other way, I'd be jumping all over it. So Pistons +8 tonight, excuse me.
Great stuff from Jeff Michaels. He says Pistons, Mavericks, one of the worst road teams in the NBA right now. Just been killing it all over the Sports Memo leaderboards. Guys, you know, you got to follow Jeff over at Sports Memo, best customer appreciation discounts on the planet. And Jeff, I want to tell you, I really do respect when a guy comes on a show giving out free content and says, guys, I don't have a play in this tonight or in that tonight. And you said you're passing on the basketball card tonight. Is that correct?
Yeah, I do believe I got 1 or 2 college basketball plays that we talked about earlier, actually, that have kind of caught my eye, but I'm not gonna bank on them.
So, guys, I love the integrity that Jeff Michaels shows. He's not going to put up something half-assed on the shelf so you can buy it, so you get his sales up. He wants to put up something he feels very strongly about. Jeff, I think that just says a lot about you as a capper. I love it. Love the integrity. Guys, follow Jeff. You're going to follow him to the bank. Speaking about banks, guys, for so many years, we were used to seeing the D'Amico name up on leaderboards because it was Joe D'Amico. We're going to have to change my nickname of the best big game hunter on the planet, but at least it stays in the family. Dion D'Amico, the first lady of Las Vegas, is on the leaderboard for NBA, for NFL, for NHL. She comes off not one, but two 10-unit winners the last few days and a 5-unit winner. So I might have to get my nickname or my moniker, the best big game hunter on the planet, stricken for me, and I might have to slash her. At least it stays in the family. She is killing it. Two 10-unit plays, a 5-unit play, all winners. She is on the NBA, the NFL, and the NHL leaderboard. She ain't doing that bad in the college basketball. You come off two big winners last night. She went 2-0 last night. I passed yesterday. I was taking care of Dad, and Dion was nice enough to come back home in between, take care of the dogs and whatnot, and send some messages out that we couldn't do the show. And she looked like she'd stay home. We'll take a look at the games for yourself. No use in both of us passing. But she went 2-0 college basketball last night. So every sport she's seeing clearly. She's kicking ass. She's taking names. She's going to tell you what she's been doing. She's going to tell you what she's going to be doing on the premium side. She got another free best bet for you. Dion, take it away.
Thank you. And as Joey did mention, I am all over the leaderboards in multiple sports over at Sports Memo. And yesterday I did go 2-0 in my NCAA basketball releases, giving me a 5-1 record in college basketball this season with $100 bettors up $2,120. And tonight we're going to go ahead and win again today with my NCAA basketball late night winner. And as we did mention earlier, I am killing it right now on the ice. And the great folks over at Sports Memo do have a great discount going on right now for myself. You can get the NFL discount season through the finals for $200 off. All you have to do is use code Dion200 upon checkout. And I believe that is going to be good until Sunday at midnight. So make sure you hop on that before it does disappear.
But I had to buy the damn package because she never tells me who she's got.
And then for my free play tonight, when it comes to college basketball, many people either dismiss or overlook the Ivy League. But don't fool yourself, guys. There's a lot of talent in this conference. One such team that has a ton of talent is the Cornell Big Red. This is a team already winning, going 5-1 on the season. On the other hand, Delaware is off to a 3-3 start. They have stepped up in class only once so far, and that was against Duke, a game in which they were getting 23.5 points and got crushed by 35. The Blue Hens have already had problems with a couple of, let's just say, less than mediocre teams. They took a loss against the Air Force Falcons and went to the mat with with Colgate Raiders. And if you're wondering how they stack up against any Ivy League opponents, well, they got a beating from the Penn Quakers in their last outing, getting routed 86-73. By the way, Penn is the middle of the pack Ivy League team. The only contest Cornell dropped this season was as a 9-point underdog, losing 79-77 at Boston College. This is a team that every year is one of the highest scoring teams in the country. This year, it is no surprise they are averaging just under 86 points per game on better than 51% shooting from the floor and hit nearly 40% from beyond the arc. All places that Delaware has had problems defending once again this season. I don't see why they are an underdog here, but we will take it as works for our advantage. The Blue Hens, they are 3-8 ATS the last 11 at home. The Big Red are 28-1 ATS the last 29 overall. This morning when I looked at this game, we were getting +3.5. By the time we aired this show, we were getting 5. So I love this game even more, getting extra points. So I'm going to go ahead and take the points with Cornell today.
First Lady of Las Vegas says, don't overlook the Ivy League. Plus, she likes the fact that General Public is betting against her. Yes. I've made a very successful career of going against the General Public. Guys, she is a winner. 3 sports. She's on leaderboards right now. Comes off a 2-0 night last night in college basketball. Mm-hmm. Guys, I got to tell you, if you're ever going to follow anybody with a single individual package, follow her on the ice. Dion D'Amico, NHL discount season through the NBA, the NHL Finals, $200 off. Use code Dion200. I love her. You love her. She's a winner. You need any more proof? She married me. Guys, I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, great work, D. That's a good breakdown. And guys, honestly, Jeff, I think you and Dan would agree. When you're dealing in college basketball and college football, so many people out there, they tend to overlook. Forget about the lesser college, the lesser conferences, but the Ivy League. And many times in college basketball, these Ivy League teams, they put up a fight because they know when they're stepping up in class. Listen, they're going to be the people that graduate the Ivy League schools. They run the world, but that's their moment in the sun, really, and they get a lot of exposure. And surprisingly enough, over the last several years, they've done quite well going up against teams that are a little more well known. And even when they get a chance to make it to the big tournaments, Jeff and Dan, this Ivy League, we all know that they could, they become doctors and lawyers and whatnot. But I will tell you this: when it comes to sports, don't overlook the Ivy League. Good point. I used to be Jeff and Dan, if you remember, college basketball. There was very little college basketball on Friday nights. There was usually a big pro slate and maybe a half dozen college basketball games, and it was usually like all Ivy Leagues and like one the Ohio Valley, just something like that, like the Patriot League or something, Colonial Athletic. And now, that the schedule has changed. Don't overlook these teams. Don't overlook. Like we talked, Jeff and Dan and I have talked this entire season about don't overlook or just pass up or dismiss, the non-power 5 college football teams, but don't do that in college basketball either. There's money to be made in them hills. Having said that, guys, time to adjust the vines. Joe D is excited. No, I didn't take a Viagra. I'm telling you now. Right now, 63% the last 30 days in the NFL. $100 players up 1,600. Guys that come off another 10% winner. 18-3 in 2022 in my 10% releases. Guys, I'm all over the NFL leaderboards. My pro football has been hot. Going into conference championship and bowl season the upcoming weeks, guys, in college basketball, college football, I will crush every sports book on the planet. Over the years, and I double and triple and quadruple check this, so I'm not lying to you people, and I don't want to lie to you. I just want to bring the damn thing up. Documented as much as 90% during bowl seasons. From the conference championships into bowl season, I've hit better than 90. I have got entire campaigns from December into January going like 15-1, 18-2. I've got it 22-4 and 5. I've got, excuse me, I don't play every game on the board, but this time of year it seems like cream rises to the top, and I get you paid every December and January in college football. I will tell you, I will have up some college football and pro football wins between tonight, which is Thursday night, and Friday morning over at Sports Memo. As far as college hoops go, I want you to, a few nights ago, I went 0-2. I had Virginia and Wisconsin. They both pooped the bet on me. I let you guys down. Save the flavor that it happened in 2 days in a row. I have my 2 strongest college basketball releases posted already at Sports Memo. I have my 52-15 NCAA Las Vegas strip move. They're already 1-0 this season. And I have my Pac-12 game of the week every year. I decimate the books in the Pac-12. Got 2 games right now posted at Sports Memo for you for tonight. And guess what? Didn't want to price gouge or something because overall I'm on a lot of leaderboards. Feel real bad. I pooped the bet a few nights ago in college basketball. Put them both up $15. Sports Memo, and then $25 for a 2-game discounted package. Take advantage of it. Now, as far as my free play tonight, I'm going to take my notes out. That's just to piss off that reader. Now, guys, I want to talk about the NFL game tonight. You know what I hear out of the Buffalo camp? I hear that travel has been an issue for the team. I hear that coming off a short week has recently been an issue for the team, and weather has been an issue for this team. I've actually heard that. The whispers, not just the whispers, it's in print. You don't believe me? Go check it out. You know what, guys? You know what I don't hear? I don't hear anybody taking responsibility for any of their issues. Guys, I'm not looking to put down the Buffalo Bills or their fans, but I will tell you, looking closely at their record so far this season, this team is only a couple of unlucky plays away from being a sub-500 team. You don't believe me? Go check out their past records and their close calls. They've won quite a few games against lesser teams on paper by 3 and 4 points. Don't believe me? Check out their record. First of all, Josh Allen is a very good quarterback. Not arguing that. He has a ton of talent, but he's not a genius, guys. He is far from it. He still doesn't know when to tuck the ball and take a sack or throw it out of bounds. Their offense, because of this, 19 turnovers they've committed already. He does not know when to tuck it, take a sack, or throw the damn ball out of bounds. Too many turnovers. And it's going to be an issue tonight, guys. They're equal. Looking at the Patriots, guys, when you're playing a defense like they possess, guys, it's not flashy, so it doesn't make the headlines. They're only allowing 18.4 a game, and they've snagged 16 turnovers already. They're equally good against the pass as well as the rush. Granted, their offense leaves a lot to be desired, but to be very honest with you, the Buffalo defense looks overworked and looks very tired, my friends. Their last 3 outings, they've allowed 81 points to Minnesota, Cleveland, and Detroit. Every week, their defense is leaking a little more and more. My friends, I feel this is the week that running back Ramondre Stevenson will really break out against an overworked and tired Buffalo defense that we just talked about. This will allow Mac Jones to open up their passing game a bit. I also think you might catch the Bills maybe looking ahead a bit. Guys, look at their upcoming schedule. Between this game and the next 2 weeks, they're facing 3 division rivals, the Patriots, the Jets, and the Dolphins. The next 3 weeks will decide really who takes the AFC East. And my friends, right now, I'll give 2-1 that it ain't going to be Buffalo. Right now, they're not looking strong enough to beat some of the other team. Like I said, mistakes by Josh Allen, the offense, overworked defense, not a good combination come December. By the way, I think all the players that are injured this week, I think linebacker Von Miller's absence will be the most significant. We all know what's going to happen now because of that. Buffalo, 1-3-1 ATS the last 5 played on the road, 1-4-1 ATS the last 6 played versus teams with a winning record. Meanwhile, New England, 7-3 ATS the last 10 at home, 4-0 ATS the last 4 versus AFC opponents. I like the line here. It's 3.5 as of this show. I love that hook. I think New England can win this game outright, but it's definitely going to be a close call. Buffalo is looking tired and overworked. Let's bring everybody back on here. Guys, now, Jimmy Adams, little issue. We're sending thoughts and prayers to you, buddy. Nick Parsons had to go. Well, before we run down today's free plays, we're going to run them all down. Let's get some closing thoughts and comments. Dan Kaiser.
Yeah, it's a big weekend this weekend, championship weekend in college football. And the way the last 2 weeks have been going, I'm looking for probably a lot of surprises. So, yeah, good luck to everybody out there, no matter what you play. And tune in next week for more winners.
Our good buddy Jeff Michaels. Jeff, closing thoughts and comments, buddy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, we talk a lot about how many different sports and actions we got going on now, but championship weekend's always exciting and a couple big rematches to look out for. I mean, USC lost the only game of the season against this Utah Utes team. So now they come back and play them again. That's only happened 14 times since 97. So not too often that they get to revenge one loss in the same season. So should be exciting to see that one among the rest. So looking forward to the show tomorrow to talk some college football, and then looking forward to some football this weekend.
For those of you that are wondering what Jeff is talking about, tomorrow is our Family Affairs show. Jeff Michaels, his father Ralph Michaels from WagerTalk, Dion D'Amico, Joe D'Amico. We do a show every Friday morning called The Family Affairs, one of the most watched on all of Sports Memo TV. We do an underdog money line parlay, and we do a best bet each one of us. And I got to tell you, she's been killing it. We've all been killing that spots during the season, but we're heating up. It is our last show of the campaign. We're going to go back after that next week. We're going to do the first family show on Fridays. We're going to be doing a lot of college basketball for you for the weekend. This way, not only are you getting football going, all week about, college and pro football, the ball games and this and that. We're going to be going into the weekend, giving you a lot of college basketball, probably for Saturdays and Sundays. Dion, any closing thoughts and comments from you?
Yeah. With my NHL running very hot right now, this is the perfect time to go ahead and take advantage of that NHL discount season through the finals. $200 off. All you have to do is use code Dion200 upon checkout. Also, with all of the cappers that are on the show, we're all over the leaderboards. Everybody is doing fantastic work. This is the perfect time to take advantage of that $50 off a 30-day pass, whether it be NBA, NFL, college basketball, college football, NHL, soccer, or a 30-day all access by using the code SPORT50 upon checkout. Everybody is on top of their game all over the leaderboards. And also, don't forget, later this afternoon, we also do have the College Football Bowl access going on right now for just $149. And don't forget to tune in later on this afternoon as myself, Dan, and Jesse Schule will be joining Joey, giving out some free winners in college football today. And then we will be back tomorrow morning on the Family Affair, covering some college and pro football, doing some best bets and some money line underdog.
Sports fans and even the guys on the panel, we talk a lot. before Dion comes on the show. You're right, guys. She talks too much. Anyway, guys, we're going to run down the free plays. Our good buddy Nick Parsons, who had to take off, said under K-State, TCU Horned Frogs. He says Deuce Vaughn on one side. The other side is going to most likely be missing one of their top receivers. He likes the under because the first contest, the first meeting went over. Dan, what'd you have for everybody today?
Arizona minus the 6.5 in college basketball.
Our good buddy Jeff.
I got Pistons getting 8 tonight against Dallas.
This the first lady of Las Vegas.
I'm going with Cornell plus the 5 today.
Go Big Red. Woohoo! Your sexy and savory host said the New England Patriots plus 3.5. They might win this game outright, but I do like them plus, especially on hook right now. It is staying. One more item, guys. Dan Kaiser. Everybody go up on Dan's social media. Wish him a happy 29th birthday. He's a great guy. We love him.
And actually, Dan, do you still have your discount going on right now for your birthday for 3 days for $33?
Nope, that was done yesterday.
Okay.
There you go. We love Dan. But, guys, just follow Dan, Jeff, Nick, Dion, or myself. You're going to follow us to the bank. Dan, why don't you take us on out of here so everybody can get down on these another batch of free winners given by this all-star panel. Take it away, Dan.
Also, don't forget to follow all of our guests on the Twitter along with myself and Joey. And make sure to tune in to all of Sports Memo TV shows for a ton of free winners and some great betting insights as well. And on behalf of Sports Memo Wager Talk, Nick, Dan, Jeff, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.